Hello everybody, Mr. West here for our weekly assembly for All Matters Temple Moor. I think it's the 29th of January, so we're nearly into February. I don't even know where January went. It's been another really tough week, really hard week this week for lots of staff, for lots of parents, for lots of families, and for lots of students. So we're all just doing our best and we're trucking along. So I'm going to go through some bits and pieces that have come to light this week that might be of interest to you. So thank you for joining me and thank you for listening. Right, I'm going to start with remote learning and in particular live lessons that obviously form a part of that. So the first thing is that the levels of engagement. So what do I mean by that? I mean the actual work that you do and the logging on and getting involved and participating has increased greatly in the last 10 days. So thank you for that. That's to all students. And also the levels of submission, meaning the amount of work you've actually handed into teachers for marking has increased also. So again, thank you for your efforts there as we get into this new rhythm of how the work So the workings of the school operates, because it's now slightly different. We're not all on site. The vast majority of us are at home, so we have to keep the school going. What's really been encouraging, and some of you will have noticed, is that I've dropped into lessons this week. So I've been into about maybe 6 or 7 lessons this week when I've had the time, and I've dropped into lessons and I've seen the kind of work you've been engaging with and the work you've been completing, the way you've been answering questions and the way you've been working with each other and the teacher. And in the vast majority of cases, it's been brilliant, okay? I've been really happy with the quality of the work that's been presented to you, and I've been really happy with the quality of work that you have been completing. And as I say, the levels of engagement and participation has been great. So thank you for that, all those people in those lessons. The same goes for the tutor periods as well that you've obviously taken part in this week, and they will continue on into the future. So hopefully they're helping you kind of organise your day and keep a little bit more structure and routine to your day, which is really important for everybody's physical and mental well-being at the minute, which is something we all need to really focus on and look after. It's genuinely really important to look after ourselves at the moment. Okay, and then on Monday you've got your personal development sessions, which obviously I know people have been utilising well, and they will continue next week. I'll mention something about those right now. Now, that's the positives. Unfortunately, there's been some negative side to the live lessons, and this is an unusual one which I'm going to share with you. And I'm sure parents, when they hear this, will find it strange also, and hopefully parents can support me with this. We have a situation where there are a number of students that feel it is necessary to share their passwords and their private information with other students. As a consequence of doing that, not only are you liable to a criminal act or a GDPR infringement, you're also creating a safeguarding issue and abusing the system of live lessons. Now, by passing that information on, which is obviously particularly different, it's a stupid thing to do. Let's put it that way, okay? I find it ridiculous that you think that's a good idea. Do not pass on your password and your information to other people, okay? It's extremely sensitive, and it's supposed to be retained by you only. Now, what's happening is you're passing that information on, and then other students are then logging in as you, okay, and impersonating you, which is also an illegal activity and an offence, okay? You need to be really careful if you think this is a bit of a joke and you think this is a good idea, because it isn't. Okay, and likewise, we've got some students who think it's a good idea to then share their information on social media, which is just asking for trouble, okay, in terms of e-safety. These are all things that are not going to help you in any shape or form. It will mean that you will be removed from lessons, you will not participate in live lessons in any shape or form, and it also means I'll be passing your names on to the police, okay? Right? Because you need to be taught a lesson, you cannot do it, right? The other issue is that some of you are thinking it's a good idea to log into other schools' live lessons across the country. And likewise, other children are doing the same in reverse. Now, this isn't just a problem for Temple Moor, this is a national problem. It seems that this seems to be the latest craze on social media to share that sensitive information. I'm asking you not to do it, okay? Because otherwise I'll be taking further action, okay? And the biggest problem for me is this. You are interfering with other people's learning. The vast majority of people are getting on, utilising those live lessons, having a great time, taking part, building those relationships with a teacher, building those relationships with each other, and just getting on and getting through this. You've got the right attitude. I commend you for it, okay? But some other people are going to spoil it for everybody else. Stop abusing the system, right? Grow up and stop wasting your time. Right, let's move on. Let's talk about rewards for those people that are getting it right, and there are lots of you. And I'm extremely proud of you. You've been brilliant this week. As I say, I've really enjoyed being in lessons this week, and I'll be in them next week. So if I catch you making silly cat noises again, I'll be pulling you out of that lesson, okay? So be warned. Right. Rewards. So we've given out 10 Amazon vouchers in the last week for weekly attendance rewards, okay? So well done to all those students. You completed 100% of all the work that's been set for you, and obviously then you've been drawn out in terms of the rewards because there's lots of you. Everyone will get an opportunity again next Monday, and obviously you'll be eligible if you get all your work done for the week, so look out for that. We've also got a fortnightly curriculum award. So we now have some winners from all curriculum areas for some fantastic work completed so far, and £10 Amazon vouchers have now gone out to those brilliant students, okay? So we look forward to seeing and rewarding more excellent work next week, and that will continue on. So thank you everybody for that. That's exactly the kind of attitude we need, and that's going to get us through this and get you through this whole pandemic better, okay? Right. Post 16, if you're in year 11 and you're interested in applying for post 16, so coming to our sixth form in due course, the closing date is Monday the 1st of February. Can you please contact Miss Cuddy or Mrs. Pearson if you've got any concerns about that? The application form is on the website. Please have a look at that. Please make an application, and we'd love you to come back here. Okay, but of course there are other options, and I'm not biased at all. Please explore those other options, but obviously Templemore is potentially one of your options, hopefully. Right, let's move on then. March the 8th. Can we talk about March the 8th? Okay, so the Prime Minister this week has announced that potentially schools will reopen from March the 8th. Just so we're clear, I've got no further details other than that. Absolutely nothing. And as you know, those people that have taken the time to watch these presentations all the way, if you go all the way back to March, I've tried to be as transparent as possible. Now, I haven't got anything other than that 8th of March, the same as you. So what's likely to, but what I'm guessing is going to happen is what I said last week, which is that it will probably be a phased return, a little bit like we had last June, if you recall, when we had, I think it was year 10s and year 12s that came back. This time it's going to be 11s and 13s, so it's the same people coming back. And I think what will probably happen is you'll get a chance to do some form of assessments, which will obviously form the grades that you will be awarded in the summer. So just look out for that. Again, I will get the information out to you as soon as possible, as soon as I've got it. Okay. Another little bit is around examinations. I know people are very anxious about those exams, but as I say, they're not going to be sat. I've got no further information. So it's important that if you are expected to sit GCSEs or A-levels this summer, or BTECs, make sure that you complete your work now, so we've got an evidence base, so my teachers can make a proper informed decision about the grades that you should be awarded, okay? And then that will go through whatever system comes through from Ofqual, who are the regulators. So just a little bit of a note there. Next bit then is just a little bit about Key Stage 3 lessons in particular, so it's years 7, 8 and 9. So we've had some feedback from parents, and I'll just tell you as it is. We've got to find like a Goldilocks zone, if you like. We've got to get a balance between too much work and too little work. And we get some parents saying that their child is too much and some saying it's too little, okay? So we're going to try and adapt our curriculum. So you might see some changes this week where those children that want to do more, they'll be given some extension tasks, or they'll be contacted directly by their teacher and supplied that rather than it going to the whole class. So then people don't feel under pressure, because we obviously want to make sure people don't feel that additional pressure to get things done. But if you want to be stretched and challenged, those opportunities will be there for those children. As I say, some families will say they're getting too much, and again, we want to manage that and manage expectations to make sure that you don't feel overwhelmed, because the last thing we need is that. Okay, so we're just trying to strike the balance. But as I say, engagement and submission of work has gone up considerably last week, and as I say, we're really pleased about that. And you're receiving those welfare phone calls home, and I know that from I've got some of the emails from parents this week. They're very grateful for that. So thank you for your feedback, and hopefully we can get through the next week as well as we've done this week, because it looks like it's going to be around for a bit longer. So we'll try to continue to enhance our remote learning options. Okay, now I think that's it. It's a pretty short one this week. Lots of hard work going on, but as I say, We're focusing on remote learning. Things are getting to a new rhythm now in terms of the expectations, and hopefully you're getting more out of your day. All I can hope is that at the weekend you get some fresh air, and you get out and about and you get a chance to speak to your friends on social media. Hopefully you're not meeting up in the community, unless you're meeting one other person, because I think that's still in the rules. Okay, so for now I'll say take care, stay safe, wish you all well, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye for now.